This is a World News Australia US election special.
Good afternoon and welcome to our special broadcast of the US presidential election. I'm Anton Enos. Well, with me again, two old friends, Harry Melkonian, Senior Lecturer at the University of Sydney's US Studies Centre. He specialises in the American Constitution, and BBC correspondent Nick Bryant, who's written extensively about US politics and, in fact, has written also about the civil rights movement, in particular during the Kennedy administration. Gentlemen, good afternoon. We're being bombarded, of course, with numbers today, and I think throughout the afternoon we're going to see a lot more of that. But I think if ever the cliche "too close to call" was true, today must be it.
Anton, it's as close as a tick. It isn't close in most of the American states. We know how most of them are going to play out. The big states like New York and California, they're going to go Democrat. Some of the southern states like Alabama, Georgia, Texas, they're going to go Republican. But what we're looking at over the next few hours is the results in 10 key battleground states. That's where the candidates have been focusing on for the past few months. They haven't even bothered visiting other states. And those are the key states like Florida, like Virginia, like North Carolina, like Ohio. Ohio, particularly important. Why? Because no Republican has ever won the White House without winning Ohio. And Romney really has to win there tonight to stand a chance of winning the White House.
Well, there are, of course, some early numbers coming in. Exit polls, of course, not entirely predictable, as we know from the time of John Kerry. But do you have a gut feeling about what the early numbers are saying, Harry?
Well, what the early numbers are saying is President Obama is not doing as well as he did in 2008, and Mitt Romney is doing significantly better than John McCain did in 2008. And certainly historically, incumbents who are re-elected routinely do much better in their re-election term than they did in their first go-round. This was true of Nixon, it was true of Eisenhower, was true of Clinton, and was certainly true of George W. Bush. So in that respect, it is a little bit breaking the mold if the president is re-elected.
Well, we will be crossing to SBS senior correspondent Brian Thompson in Washington, and we have CNN correspondents at campaign headquarters in Boston for the Romney camp and Chicago, of course, for the Obama camp. But first, some facts from the campaign so far. It's been one of the most grueling, and at $7 billion, the most expensive election in American history. It's also brought Americans out to the polls, possibly in record numbers in Florida and Virginia. Two key states will be watching, some waiting patiently in line for hours just to cast their vote. Preliminary exit polls show the economy was the top concern for voters. Mitt Romney has already written his victory speech. If you're interested enough, it's 1,118 words. Some opinion polls suggest he might not get to deliver it. The vast majority of pre-election and exit polls indicate that President Obama is up anywhere between 1% and 3%. As one expert put it, either they're all wrong or Obama wins. Well, we'll see. The polls have closed in many parts of the country, mainly in the east. This is what we know so far. Both candidates have picked up early wins in states traditionally loyal to their parties, as Nick Bryant was saying just a moment ago. Using exit polls and early partial results, US television networks projected victories for Republican flag bearer Romney in Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee and West Virginia. No big surprises there. Obama picked up Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Rhode Island and Vermont. We'll get more on that, but let's just go to CNN now for some live coverage.
Shows 52% for the president, 46% for Mitt Romney. Both of these states, New Mexico and Wisconsin, went for President Obama 4 years ago. Anderson, these are a lot of states coming in, a lot of projected states, a lot of states that we cannot yet make projections.
We saw the crowd reaction at the Obama headquarters. Let's check in with Jessica Yellen, who's at Obama headquarters, and also Candy Crowley at Romney headquarters. First, let's just go to Jessica. Jessica?
Hi, Anderson. Well, it's just gotten significantly noisier here since we made that projection. I know you saw how how the room went wild when we called Michigan. That is a sign to people here and at Obama's headquarters as well that the auto bailout no doubt made a huge difference for the president, for voters in Michigan, and they no doubt will read it as a sign that he could score very well with voters in Ohio. Still, of course, too close to call. I can also tell you that they feel good about Colorado. They think that they are on track with where they were headed into Colorado based on their 2008 model, and that is a state that they know as well as any state because they had the same person working that state who mapped out Democratic Senator Michael Bennett's campaign there. He waged a bitterly fought battle in 2010 against a Tea Party candidate and eked out a victory when most other Democrats didn't. And that person also helped President Obama plan his campaign strategy in Colorado, and they think they will win it tonight. Anderson?
We'll be watching that, obviously, very closely. As I said, Candy Crowley is standing by at Romney headquarters. Candy, reaction that you're getting there?
Well, actually, what they're doing right now and what they've been doing over the course of this night is they beam people in from other states. Senator Kelly Ayotte from New Hampshire. Right now, we're listening to Governor McDonnell from Virginia. They all are kind of reporting upbeat numbers to this crowd, saying, hey, we're looking good here. They are encouraged behind closed doors with the high turnout. But it would be wrong to say that they aren't nervous because obviously looking at these numbers closing in Florida, this is something that Mitt Romney, even they would say that it is really very close to a must-win. Virginia looking good for them. They feel strong in Virginia. Ohio, they continue to publicly be bullish about their chances in Ohio. They say, look, we're coming in with big numbers in the places where we have to have the big numbers. But, of course, if President Obama is doing that as well, you're kind of back to the drawing board at square one. So, again, sort of high tension, I suspect, behind closed doors. But publicly, they are still very bullish about their chances in all these swing states.
High tension. It looks like a lot of mobile devices people are on right now. Candy, we have another projection I think Wolf could make. Let's check in, Wolf.
Anderson, thanks very much. A really major projection we're going to make right now. And CNN projects the Republicans will maintain their majority in the House of Representatives. We know Nancy Pelosi, the minority leader, thought they had a shot at winning 25 seats they needed to get the Democrats in the majority. That is not happening. The Republicans will keep control of the House of Representatives. John Boehner, the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House will be very happy to hear that we are projecting the Republicans will retain the majority in the House of Representatives. I want to bring in our political director, Mark Preston, who's been reviewing all of the information as far as the House of Representatives concerned. How can we make that projection, Mark?
Well, you know, 20 of the most competitive House races were in states where the polls closed at 8 o'clock. We've seen enough raw data in these races to tell us now, in fact, that House Republicans will hold the House, or rather, House Republicans will hold the House majority in those races.